Okay, Daf hashavua, Daf Chaf Amid Aleph in Megillah. Hope everyone's enjoying their snow day off. Says the Mishnah, halfway down on Chaf Amid Aleph, Ein Karnas Megillah. The Gemara is going to bring different things that you can't do at night. Ein Karnas Megillah, you can't read the Megillah, means, Gemara's come out and means the chiyuv of reading the Megillah by day, it can't be done at night. Below Mullen, and you can't do a bris milah by night. Below Tovin, if someone is a Tamei Mace or a Zava Gedola, which they have to wait 7 days and do a tefillah. So they don't do that at night. Below Mazin, they can't sprinkle. They may chatas a Tamei, if someone's a Tamei Mace, someone touched a dead person, a dead corpse, and they become a Tamei Mace, they sprinkle on with the mechatas on this third day and the seventh day. That doesn't get done at night. And so too a woman in between her nida cycle, there's 11 days in between, where if she sees dam, we learned this earlier on Daf Ches, where if she sees dam for 1 day, she has to count 1 day of not seeing, of being clean. Opposite that, even if she sees 2 days, she has to count, she counts 1 day opposite that. Once she sees 3 days, then that's already a bigger issue. So Shomeres Yom Keneged Yom means you count 1 day of being free from dam, opposite the day that she saw. Lo Titval, she also doesn't go to the mikvah ad shet neitz hachama until neitz hachama. The kulan she'asu mishalam and hashachar kasher. Even though you're supposed to do it from netz hachama when the sun first comes up, if you did it earlier, 1 1/5 hours earlier, when the first rays of the sun come up, then it's kosher, because really that's the okay time. As Rashi says, the only reason we say you should go to the mikvah only once the beginning of the sun rises is because we don't know exactly the exact time of the Amod HaShachar when the rays of sun come. But so if you did it b'diavad, it works. The Rashi explains that the Gemara is going to ask why we mention a lady who's shomeres yom keneged yom, a lady who's shomeres yom keneged yom, who sees. Why is that any different than the case before of a lo tovlin? Why would we think it's any different than the other case of someone who is a zav or a tamei mace? Says the Gemara. Minol, and how do we know that Mikra Megillah has to be done by day? The Amar Krav Yomim Ha'eleh, and these days Niskarim V'Nasim is remembered and done. So it says Vayomim Ha'eleh, by Yom in, Balayla lo. At day yes, at night not. Let's say that this is a refutation on Rabbi Shua ben Levi. Dam Rabbi Shua ben Levi, Chayiv Adam L'Kursam Esam Megillah Balayla V'Lishnosa Bayom. We learned earlier on Daf Dalet as well. Rabbi Shua ben Levi says that a person is obligated to read the Megillah at night and to read it again by day. And now we're saying that you don't read the Megillah at night, you only read it by day. And this is the Gemara, like I said before, Kikatani Ad Yom. We're talking about, of course, you read the Megillah at night. But we're talking about that the obligation of reading the day Megillah can't be done before Netz Hachama or Amod HaShachar. It can't be done before then. That's the day Megillah can't be done anytime at night. Below Mullen, and you can't do bris milah by night. It says on the 8th day you do a bris milah, not at night. Below Tovlin, below Mazin, and you don't do tefillah for someone who is tamei mace, and you don't sprinkle the mechatas. Says the Gemara, how do I know that? Tichsiv, like it says in the pasuk, v'hiza tar ala tamei, and you sprinkle the tahar on the tamei by yom hashvi on the 7th day. So you see that it's on the day. So that's speaking about the sprinkling. Says Gemara v'iskish tefillah la'azaya, and we have a hekesh. We compare, even though that pasuk is only talking about the sprinkling, tefillah going to the mikvah. Also, we compare by tamei mace to hazaya, to the sprinkling We compare that, says Rashi, V'iskish Tvila, because it says at the end of that same pasuk, V'rachatz b'mayim, and he goes and he washes and he purifies himself in the water. V'rachatz, he washes himself in the mikvah. So therefore, that pasuk of V'hizatar al Atame b'yom hashvi, which is talking about the sprinkling, is also talking about going to the mikvah. And Rashi also adds V'wadin l'zav v'zava. The same thing would be for a zav and a zava, because the Mishnah speaks about ein kornas v'lo tovlin v'lo mazin. And it's talking about v'lo tovlin, is talking about not only a tomei mace, but even a zav and a zava. Very good. Says the Gemara further, v'chein shomeres yom keneged yom. If you have that woman who is a shomeres yom keneged yom, so says the Gemara, lo titfal netzacham, she shouldn't go to the mikveh until netzacham, until the sun rises, the beginning when you see the sun rising. Says the Gemara, frek the Gemara, pshita, it's obvious. Ma'ishna shomeres yom keneged yom, michol chai b'tfilos. So why would I think that a shomeres yom keneged yom, that woman that watches one day keneged another day, would be different than other chai b'tfilos? Says the Gemara, Itzrich, I do need to tell us that. Salka dai lechamina, I might have thought to say, Tavi Kiriya Rishona Shozav. I might think that just like by a Zav, when he sees once, Riya Rishona Shozav, Riya Rishona, I might think she would be similar, just like a Shomeres Yom Keneged Yom sees once, or twice, but if she sees, she would be similar to a Zav, a male person that sees and that sees blood. Viraya Uriya Rishona Shozav Iskish L'Bal Kari. And a Uriya Rishona, someone who sees, who becomes a Zav, who has an emission, he is compared to a Bal Kari, to someone who has a seminal emission. Dichsiv Zos Toras Azav. If the pasuk says Zos Toras Azav Asher Teitze Mimenu Shechva Zera, compares Zav to Shechva Zera. Ma Bal Kari, just like a Bal Kari, someone who saw Shechva Zera, seminal mission Tovo Bayom, has to do tefillah. It could be Tovo Bayom on that same day. He doesn't have to wait. He could do it on that same day. Hainami Litvo Bayom, so to a Zav could do it on that same day that he saw. Vaha, but this Shomeres Yom Keneged Yom, this woman, biyamama lo matzi tavla, she's not allowed to go to the mikvah on that very same day. If she sees, she has to count one free day, one clean day, and she has to wait till the next day. Lo matzi tavla. Dichsiv, like it says in the pasuk, kol yemei zova, all the days of her ziva, Kimishkav Nidasa Yila. So it's Kimishkav Nidasa Yila, and the Gemara, Rashi explains that the Gemara Nida learns from Yila, that Yila teaches us that she has to do a sphira, counting, so she has to count till the next day. Balelia, so therefore like this, since even though it says that a Shomeres Yom Keneged Yom has to wait till the next day, but I might think Balel Yamias Le'ovid Mixa Shimar. I might think that once the night comes, in other words, let's see, she saw today, so she has to wait till the next day. The next day is Bashkia. So once the night comes, Balel Yamias Le'ovid Mixa Shimar, I might think at night she could wait a little bit as night comes, and that'll count as waiting for the next day. V'titful, and then she goes to the mikvah. Kamash Malan, so comes along the pasuk and teaches us kivin the ba'is sphira. Since you need sphira, comes along the Mishnah and says kamashman kivin the ba'is sphira. Since she needs to count sphira b'yamami, that the sphira has to be by day. Says Rashi, because we find by Zava Gedol, it says v'safra shivas yamim. She has to count 7 days. So when she counts, it has to be by day. So to a Shomeres Yom Keneged Yom has to be by day. There's two other things I just wanted to mention. First of all, I wanted to mention that that yesterday I mentioned the Gemara before the Mishnah I mentioned that in Rashi that we had a brisa that says at the top, it says Titania, second line on Chaf Amud Aleph, it says Titania, Rabbi Yehuda Omer Mishum Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, Hakoreh Shema. If you read the Shema, Tzarech Sheyishma La'azno, you have to hear it. Shenemar Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Hashma La'azno Mashat Amos V'Bicha. You have to hear it. That's a Tanakama, who we said is Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. Rameir Omer, no, you don't have to hear it. And Rashi says, we're trying to learn that Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah says you have to hear it L'chatchila, but b'diavad you don't. So Rashi says, I don't know if I was so clear, where do you see that from? So Rashi explains it's from the fact that it says tzarech. It says hakor shema tzarech. You need to the tzarech, that the way the Gemara learns the lashon of tzarech means you need to. It's better to do it. That's what it means. You need to if you could. That's the lashon of vitzarech. Okay. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.